Well, good morning, church. We are growing in the Proverbs, and today we're going to look at the whole of Proverbs chapter 6 and kind of apply it to our lives. There's 35 verses, so I'm not going to read the whole thing to you again today, but I will remind you where we came from. And as I remind you where we came from, I'd like you to have 3 M's in mind. The 3 M's are this: money, morals, motive. Money, morals, motive. We'll see that kind of played out as we go through this proverb. But really, money is going to be the first half, morals is the second half, and the motive is kind of hidden in there, in this inadequacy of the heart, this workings of the heart, and listening to your father and mother teach you about what the Lord commands and so loves and despises and is an abomination to him and hates when you break. And so your motives and your morals and money issues are listed here in the Proverbs. And I get those 3 M's from Pastor Howard of Valley Bible Church. He shared them with me years ago about those people that want to be in ministry, or those people that want to be involved in the church in some capacity, to make sure that they had their money, their morals, and their motives kind of aligned together. Because if they don't, they bring quick destruction to ministry. And so we'll see those 3 M's as we work through this proverb. And if you remember, we looked at the first 5 verses of this proverb, and it was that the don't co-sign on a loan for profit. And this was the idea of investing where you are needing that money back, or expecting the profit and needing the profit to live on. If that is the case, don't do it. Don't give that money. Be satisfied with what the Lord in his providence has given you. Enjoy that. And then it says, go to work. Work hard. Labor hard. And it's this work for an income from 6 down to 11. And when we looked at that, we saw that enjoying the work and doing the work, then the Lord would provide. And if you don't get up and if you don't plan on working hard, that there is no expectation that the Lord would provide. Roshan has been teaching through the Ecclesiastes with the college guys, and he said this: if a workman enjoys his work, it doesn't matter if the work is making him millions of dollars or barely satisfying his needs. He's happy in enjoying the day-to-day process of the work. And that's the teaching here in this proverb as well. Get up, work hard, expect it to take care of you, not to make you rich. And then you get the warning of the schemer in 12 through 19. The warning of and to the schemer. It's the warning of the schemer by those who are the children, who are naive and not knowing what's going on in the world. Be careful. There are people out there that will try to engage with your money and take it from you. But the Lord hates it. It's an abomination for him, and therefore calamity will come upon them suddenly, and then destruction, or they'll be broken beyond healing. So don't get involved with the schemer, and don't become a schemer. If you do, the Lord will oppose you. Don't try to manipulate what the Lord gave you to gain more, or to steal from others what the Lord has given them. The Lord will come after you. So don't do it. And then we saw from 20 down to 24, the benefits of chastity. The benefits of chastity. The mother and father tying the commandments and the teachings around the neck and getting them into the heart. In other words, taking what the Lord loves, not what he hates, but taking what the Lord loves and binding it to your heart. Why? Because your heart is broken and it's inadequate. When you sin, it's because of an inadequate heart, a heart that is missing something. And what it is missing is what the Lord delights in. And the Lord delights in what he has taught you from Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. And so get that teaching into your heart and allow it to to guide you. It says it will lead you in verse 22. It will watch over you. It will counsel you. And so you take the teaching and the binding and get it to your heart. How do you do that? Study your Bible. Get to know what your Bible has to say and bind it to your heart. Make it guide your heart. Force your heart to listen to it and take its ways. And then what was the last? It was the warning against the lure of adultery and the fury against the adulterer. And the warning against the lure of adultery was this issue with the heart. And then the fury against the adulterer was a human fury, and the humanity that comes after you when you do that, and that's the lesser. Imagine the greater and what God would do to the adulterer. And so we'll take those 3 M's now and apply it to ourselves. What is your concern about money? What is your desire about money? Is it to enjoy what the Lord has given you and to love the providence of the Lord's guiding in that area? Or are you jealous of other people's money? Do you want more money than what the Lord has given you? Are you giving back to the Lord because you trust the Lord and love the Lord's work and love the Lord's providence, and so want to be giving back to Him? What is your issue with money? Do you have the Lord's perspective with money? And then your morals. We all have broken hearts. There are all places where our hearts are inadequate. So how difficult is it, and how much are we doing this to take the Lord's teaching and applying it to our own hearts, to taking it and binding it to our heart and making our heart be walking in its ways, laying down, expecting it to guard us, and taking counsel from what the Lord has to say. If you are not doing that, if you are not reading and applying the scriptures to your own heart, then your heart will be inadequate, and the lure and enticement of the passions of the world will overtake you. And what will you find? You'll find discomfort and disaster in the world, and the expectation that the Lord will come after you. And so that's your money and your morals. Now your motives. The motives are your parents teaching this to you, somebody you love. The parent-child relationship is one of the tightest, closest relationships you can have until you get married. And then, so this relationship that you have is this desire to please them. And their desire, the parents' desire for the children, is not that you just want to please them, but that you would please the Lord. And so are your motives to please the Lord and the Lord's people in your money and your morals. If your motives aren't to please the Lord, your money and your morals will be out of line. And so get your motives together, and your morals and your money will follow. Church, where do you spend your money? How are you doing in obeying the Lord? Get your motive to love the Lord with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And so please Him in all that you do. Get that together by binding the commandments of the Lord to your heart. And then from a full and working heart, live morally and live rightly with the Lord's money. Church, thank you for this opportunity to teach Proverbs chapter 6. Monday we'll jump into Proverbs chapter 7. I look forward to seeing some of you tomorrow and conversing with others of you on YouTube. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.